All right, well, there are just 49 days, Sean, as we mentioned, to Election Day, which means the super PAC backing the president's re-election campaign is in full swing. Let's bring in our next guest, the chair of America First Action Super PAC and former Small Business Administration Administrator, Linda McMahon. Linda, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, Linda, so let me just ask this. America First is the only super PAC endorsed by the president. Explain to viewers what your role is in this sort of political ecosystem that exists right now.
Well, a super PAC really can't coordinate with the campaign. But what we can do is to really fill in the gaps that the campaign may not be able to do, or will give heavier weight. For instance, we can look and see where the campaign is buying because of the analytics that are available today to anyone. It's public information. So if we see that the president's campaign is not in a certain market, then we'll go in that market. Or if they're in a market and we think it needs to be a little heavier buy, then we'll support the president by being a little heavier in that market. I mean, we just announced a $22 million buy last week, and we'll be up in the swing states of Florida, North Carolina, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. We've been up in some of those states already, and now we're just we'll have about $40 million for our total buy for the month. So that's we've not been off the air this whole summer, and we're noticing the race tightening, so we're doing our job.
Linda, you mentioned that ad blitz that we just showed the headline for. Who are you targeting, and what are those ads about?
Well, I can tell you that we've just come out of the field with some more research, and we have found that the real concerns in the country are the economy and safety issues. So, for instance, we just ran an ad in Kenosha, Wisconsin, that was about a gentleman whose family business of 40 years had burned down the night of one of the riots. And I won't call it a protest because these were rioters that were out there. And he said on the commercial that he watched it online and was listening to the police scanner and hearing the policemen say they don't have enough people to go, just let it be. So his place burned down, and so the ad shows him walking through the burned down company that he once had. So the message there was twofold. One, look what it's done to his economy and to the economy of Kenosha, but also that this is evidence that, we do need to support our police because they need to be able to be in full force to come and protect small businesses.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. If you don't have safety in your life and in your community, then the economy really doesn't mean anything to you. And I think that's why the president's being so strong on this. Linda, in the latest public battleground state polling, and I am not a big fan of a lot of this, but most of it shows that Trump is a couple percentages behind in states like Arizona, 3 points behind in Florida, and 2 points ahead in North Carolina. Bottom line is, it looks like a very tight race in all of these battleground states. You mentioned that you guys were just in the field in the series of polls. What are you guys seeing in terms of trends and numbers in those key states?
Well, I can tell you that then in our polling, what we're looking at is the race has very much tightened. When we started our advertising a few weeks ago, the president might have been down 6 points, and now he's up. We actually have him up in most of the states where we are polling. And quite frankly, today, our internal polls showed that the president would win.
Wow. Linda, before I let you go, you were the head of the Small Business Administration. Vice President Biden has talked much about how he would form the economy. But what do you think that small businesses would look like under his presidency?
Well, I can tell you that small businesses under President Trump have certainly flourished. I mean, he reduced taxes, he reduced regulation. We saw small businesses growing and developing, more women entering small businesses, starting their businesses. And if Biden were to come in and impose the tax increases that he's talking about, we'll lose jobs. We'll have more businesses go out of business. It would be devastating to our economy to have Joe Biden be the president.
Linda McMahon, thank you for joining us. Good luck in these final 50 days. Hope to have you back soon.